All right, we are live. I think we're live. Are we live? Hello. Check, check, check. Yes, yes. Okay, great. Yes, we are. As you can see, we've done a little work since last time we were on here, and by a little, I mean a lot. We're going to be working on tightening this up some more. And again, because there's not a lot of people watching this, I'm just going to mute my mic so that, I can just vape without having to worry about fucking noise and shit. And we'll see how far we go on it this time. And yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, so we need to start working on the gloves. Those gloves are about there. Let's flip this for a minute. Okay. Yeah, where the gloves start and now I'm going to be taking some liberties with the suit a little bit because the fact that some of it, even though it is a really sick design, this is a 2099 design. It does have some design pieces to it that I'm kind of like, that could have been done a little differently or a little. So the main one I have a gripe with is the fact that it's 90s comics, and 90s comics have a tendency to like to draw heavy armor pieces like they're cloth. And yeah, that's not how armor works. So we're kind of doing some modifications to the design and some of the more cartoony aspects, like the wonky lightning bolt pattern that he had built into it. The D, I'll probably change the D in there, but also he has these like weird bell cuffed gloves, but they have like spiky spikes on the sides. Very reminiscent of Spawn. So I don't know. We'll figure it out from there. He also has these weird like tombstone shin guards, which is just like, tombstone shin guards. Just it's a little too on the nail. It's like they were really trying to make him look kind of like a cyberpunk Spawn. Yeah. And yeah, just to clarify, I still haven't found my fucking copy of Doom 2099 number 1 that I have. I know I have it around here somewhere. I just haven't found it. So I'm kind of like going off of what I can find online, which apparently Marvel recently redid Doom 2099. I didn't know that. So when I looked up Doom 2099 number 1, I've got a couple of pictures of the original comic from the 90s, Then I got like some new weird thing where he just looks like generic, like sci-fi type thing. I don't know what's going on with it. It doesn't look as cool, but that's okay. I know that they redid some of the other characters in 2099, so yeah. And again, we're just gonna work on this until I get tired of being underneath this light, because seriously, and then we'll work on it from after off camera from there where it's more comfortable. But not bad so far. Just looking over images right now. Oh, why is it gonna be like that? Yeah, the new version of him, he looks kind of like that fucking dude from the Avengers movie, Squidward, whatever the fuck his name was. Like, I haven't been to a comic book shop in ages. I'm gonna go ahead and spoil that for you. So I don't know half these characters half the time. I remember the original couple of issues of Doom 2099, but I never was a like thorough reader of it. So I know that he eventually like becomes president or some shit. Yeah. Let's see here. Trying to get a good idea of what his mask looks like exactly. Definitely got more of an Iron Man look in it with a nose. So those Iron Man thingies there. Okay. Go in here with this. Oh, you fucking cheese riddled cunt bitch motherfucker. Well, part of my language, I guess. Just get all this shit out of the way. We know where his head's angled at. We're good. We don't need all that fucking guide stone bullshit. Okay, groovy. Head is right about here. Okay. And the original, his head is almost at a direct angle, and I'm okay with that, but I don't want it at that direct angle. Too sharp. So, give him right about here. We're going to start out with a very vague head shape, and then from there we'll whittle it down into his mask. So, yeah, I can't remember if he was actually supposed to be Doom with like his face fixed or something, or if he was like a clone or some shit. Because like in the first issue, his face is like healed up and shit. Because like the big thing from the comic books was that Doom's face was horribly disfigured from his mask being put on when it was too hot or some stupid shit like that. Because even though Doctor Doom's supposed to be a genius, he's a fucking moron and just puts hot masks on while they're still hot. But his face was fixed at the beginning of Doom 2099 and then re-scarred afterwards. So I don't remember if he was actually supposed to be Doom or if he was like a Doom bot or clone or something. I can't remember. All I know is that new suit that he had looked dope as fuck. And I hope that when they do have him in the MCU finally, that they do borrow a little bit, just a little bit, from the fucking 2099 look, because it was a really fucking sick look for the character. So maybe make it look a little more magical too, because he's like, not just a dude in a suit of armor. He's like a fucking wizard and shit. So whatever they do, I hope that they don't fucking, screw it up again like they did the last two times. Where they're like, oh no, he's just some dude who's like just gets powers like everybody else. He's got electric powers. No, no, the fuck he doesn't. Doom's been done so wrong so many times. They need to do him right. My other vape pen. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's so hard to take Doom seriously with that nose that he has attached to his fucking costume. You know, he's got like this little snowman, Bert and Ernie fucking nose attachment to his fucking costume. Just a little triangle. Okay, Bert. You're the leader of Liberia, Bert. Okay. Yeah, sorry. There's no Sesame Street allowed in Latveria, apparently, because of that. So, I'm curious how they're going to do him as a character in the MCU because, yeah, he is more than just a guy in armor. He is like a fucking wizard or sorcerer or whatever. So, it'll be interesting to see them do it. I doubt they're going to do that whole angle. Though, if they do, I'd love to see him in like a Doctor Strange movie or something. He doesn't always have to be a Fantastic Four villain. Like, I think he would make a really sick fucking Doctor Strange movie character. Especially if they did like that whole him going through hell to find his mom again and stuff. Cause like that was a part of his story was that he like went through like hell and shit to rescue his mom or some shit. He's a fucking badass. Doom is a badass. He's more than just a bad guy. All right. And we'll tighten this up. I'm just kind of fiddling with it right now to get a good idea. All right, let's try to do the hood a little bit. Because this hood drapes a little bit. Kind of like Skeletor's a little with that. Bam. The Doom, the 2099 comics were kind of wild. I mean, I read a few here and there, just the beginning arcs, because like around the time that came out, I was around the time I was getting out of comic books because I didn't have any place to find them at when I was a teenager. But and there was some wild shit that happened in those comics. Like Doom was a big one. Doom was popular. Spidey was the other big title one from 2099. But like then there was like weird shit like Ravager 2099. Like who the fuck is Ravager? I have no idea who the fuck that is. The X-Men 2099 was just like weird, like an excuse to make funky monster characters. But then like you had the goofiest thing, Punisher 2099, which Punisher 29 was something special, man, because it's literally just a dude who like narrowly escapes getting killed by the mob because he witnessed them killing his family and stumbles upon Frank Castle's journal and says, "You know what? This guy had the right idea," and just starts becoming the Punisher because he read the Punisher's war journal and lost his fucking mind. It is the weirdest shit ever. It's like he's got little rocket boots. He's just come on, man. That also, let's be honest, that is some lazy shit. It's like he just found the book and was like, "Okay, I'm gonna be the Punisher now." It's like he didn't get bit by a radioactive Punisher World Journal. No, he's just like, "No, no, this guy from like the 20th century has the right idea." Just oof, just oof. Fun writing though, but just a prime example of extreme 90s. Just Punisher 2099 is some straight up extreme 90s cheese. It's so good. It's almost as funny as like Frankencastle when they killed when they killed Punisher off and then brought him back as a Frankenstein. Oh, I'm sorry, a Frankenstein's monster. Which I should say is still nowhere near as bad as him killing himself and then coming back as a guardian angel to fight demons, which also happened in the comic books. It's like they couldn't figure out what to do with the Punisher besides just have him be shooty guy. So they decided to make him a Frankenstein and a fucking guardian angel. It's just weird. Weird stuff. Weird. But okay. This is yeah. These fucking gloves are gonna annoy the shit out of me. Okay. There we go. There we put his fist right about there. Alright, hold on here. Yeah, so I'm thinking what we're gonna do is just have the spikes on the sides. Right here. I'm just gonna do a couple of them. Okay. That's where that fist is. You want it to bell out from the sides. I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be tightening that up off screen. I think this will do for now. Yeah, I think that'll do. Let's fiddle around with that background a little bit because he's got this like electrical storm thing going through in the back, which is also a big part of the whole first issue. Is he just kind of shows up out of an electrical storm, out of fucking nowhere, like time displacement or something. If I'm not mistaken, I think that was his whole thing. Is that he's supposed to be like Victor Von Doom, but time displaced or some shit, or at least that's what he was claiming. Which, let's be honest, when you're dealing with Fantastic Four characters, the idea of time displaced storylines is totally viable because, the whole Franklin Richards fucking thing, Kang the Conqueror, and all that shit too. Or it's like Nathaniel Richards? Franklin? I can't remember which one is he. Kang is one of the. He's related to fucking Mr. Fantastic and shit, so, you know. Would not surprise me one bit if he actually was time displaced or not. So, yeah, we're just kind of throwing some ideas out there right now. I think this is good though for here. I can't think of anything else I can do on camera right now with that. I need to tighten up these fade, which that's about it. But yeah, everything else I can do off camera. I think that's what we're gonna do. 20 minutes is pretty decent. That's usually how long these things are. Yeah, there we go then. Cool. And if I figure I'll do one later, I'll do one later. If not, cool. And hope y'all have a good